Hey, beautiful Taurus souls. Come sit with me because I need to share something that just came through in your reading. And honestly, my hands are still shaking a little bit from what the universe just showed me for you. I was not prepared for the intensity of this message, and I have a feeling you are not going to be prepared for it either. But we need to talk about this because something massive is shifting in your world right now. So I just finished shuffling your cards, and before I even pulled anything, the energy was already so thick I could cut it with a knife. There is someone watching you, Taurus, and I do not mean that in a creepy way, but there is definitely someone who has been keeping tabs on what you have been doing and where you have been going and what choices you have been making, and this person has information that is going to change everything for you. Let me pull the first card here because this energy is just so strong, and I need to see what the universe is trying to tell us. The Four of Swords here is telling me that this period of apparent inactivity has actually been your greatest strength. While everyone else has been running around making noise and drama, you have been sitting back like a wise old owl, just watching and learning. And the information you have gathered during this time is about to become your biggest advantage. Someone thinks they have been playing you, Taurus, but little do they know you have been playing chess while they have been playing checkers. What I love about this card showing up first is that it is telling me your patience is about to pay off in ways you cannot even imagine right now. You know how Taurus energy is naturally patient and steady? Well, that patience has been your secret weapon, and someone who has underestimated you is about to get the shock of their life when they realize how much you actually know. Now let me pull another card because I need to understand who this spy is and what their role is in your story. Oh, wow. Taurus. I just pulled the Queen of Swords, and this is giving me chills, because this queen represents someone who has been watching everything, and they have been collecting information, and they are about to share something with you that is going to cut through all the lies and deception that has been surrounding a particular situation in your life. The Queen of Swords does not mess around when it comes to truth and justice, and this person who has been your spy, so to speak, is someone who has been in a position to see things that you could not see for yourself. They have been watching someone else very carefully, and they have witnessed behavior or conversations or actions that you needed to know about. But they have been waiting for the right moment to share this information with you. This queen is extremely intelligent, and she chooses her battles very wisely. So the fact that she is showing up in your reading tells me that whatever information is about to come to light is not just gossip or drama, but it is actually something significant that is going to help you make important decisions about your future. This person genuinely cares about your well-being, and they have been protecting you by gathering evidence before they speak. I am getting the sense that this Queen of Swords energy might be a woman in your life who works in some kind of professional capacity, where she has access to information, or it could be someone who is just naturally very observant and analytical. Either way, this person has been your guardian angel in disguise, and they have been working behind the scenes to make sure you have all the facts before you make any major moves. What is really interesting about this combination is that your Four of Swords period of strategic waiting has aligned perfectly with this Queen of Swords gathering information for you. It is like the universe orchestrated this whole thing so that you would be in the right mindset to receive and process this truth when it comes to light. Let me see what else the cards want to show us about this situation because I feel like we are only scratching the surface here. I just pulled the Eight of Cups in Taurus. This card is confirming that you are indeed moving away from something that has not been serving you. But what this card is showing me is that your decision to walk away is not coming from a place of emotion or impulse, but from a place of clear understanding about what you deserve and what you do not deserve. The Eight of Cups represents that moment when you realize that no matter how much time and energy you have invested in something, if it is not giving you what you need, then it is time to go find something better. But what makes this card so powerful in your reading is that it is showing up after the Queen of Swords, which tells me that your decision to walk away is going to be based on factual information, not just feelings. This is huge, Taurus, because as an earth sign, you need concrete evidence before you make major life changes, and the universe is about to give you exactly that. Whatever this Queen of Swords person reveals to you is going to be the final piece of the puzzle that helps you understand why certain situations or relationships have felt off, or why you have been getting those gut feelings that something was not quite right. The beautiful thing about the Eight of Cups is that it represents walking towards something better, not just walking away from something bad. So while you might feel sad about leaving certain people or situations behind, you are actually moving toward a higher vibration and a better quality of life. The cups in this card represent emotional fulfillment, and the fact that you are leaving some behind means you are going to find cups that are actually full instead of settling for ones that are half empty. I am also seeing that this Eight of Cups is connected to your love life specifically. There has been someone in your romantic sphere who has not been completely honest with you about their intentions or their situation, and the information that is about to come to light is going to help you understand why this connection has felt so confusing or one-sided or inconsistent. Let me pull another card to see what this higher power that is moving for you looks like, because I feel like there is something really big trying to come through here. Holy moly, Taurus. I just pulled the High Priestess, and now everything is making sense. This card represents divine feminine wisdom and intuitive knowledge that comes from the highest source. And she is telling me that the information you are about to receive is not just coming through this earthly spy, but it is actually being orchestrated by your spiritual team. The High Priestess sits between the conscious and unconscious worlds, and she has access to information that most people cannot see. She represents secrets being revealed and hidden knowledge coming to light, but not in a dramatic or chaotic way. This revelation is going to feel like a gentle awakening where suddenly everything clicks into place and you understand things that confused you before. What I love about the High Priestess showing up here is that she is confirming your intuition has been right all along. Those weird feelings you have been having about certain people or situations were not your imagination or your paranoia. They were your psychic abilities picking up on energy that was not aligned with what was being presented to you on the surface. This card is also telling me that you are entering a phase where your intuitive abilities are going to be enhanced significantly. The information that comes to light is going to awaken something in you, and you are going to start trusting your inner knowing in a way that you never have before. You are going to realize that you have been receiving guidance all along. You just needed external confirmation to trust it completely. The High Priestess represents the divine feminine, and I am getting the sense that this whole situation is helping you step into a more powerful version of yourself. You have been learning to trust your own wisdom and to stop looking outside of yourself for validation, and this experience is going to be the final graduation from people-pleasing and second-guessing yourself into full empowerment. I also want to mention that the High Priestess is associated with the moon and hidden cycles. And I am getting the feeling that whatever information is about to be revealed has been building up for several lunar cycles. Like this has not been a sudden thing, but rather a slow unveiling that has been happening behind the scenes, and now it is finally time for the full truth to be illuminated. Let me see what the cards want to show us about the outcome of all this, because I feel like we need to understand where this is all leading. I am getting the Three of Pentacles, and this is beautiful, Taurus, because it tells me that once this truth comes to light, you are going to be working with people who actually value and appreciate what you bring to the table. This card represents collaboration and mutual respect and recognition for your skills and talents. The Three of Pentacles is showing me that whatever you are walking away from with that Eight of Cups energy was a situation where your contributions were not being properly acknowledged or compensated. But what is coming for you is a complete shift into environments and relationships where your worth is not only recognized but celebrated. This card often represents work situations, but in your case, I am seeing it more broadly as representing any situation where you are contributing your time and energy and talents. So this could be romantic relationships, friendships, family dynamics, work situations, or creative projects. Basically, anywhere that you have been giving more than you have been receiving is about to shift dramatically. The three figures in this card represent community and support. And I am getting the feeling that as you move away from situations that have been draining you, you are going to find yourself surrounded by people who genuinely care about your success and happiness. These are people who will have your back and who will support your goals and dreams instead of competing with you or trying to diminish your light. What makes this even more powerful is that this Three of Pentacles energy is going to help you build something lasting and substantial. Unlike situations in your past where you might have invested in things that did not have solid foundations, what you are moving toward now has the potential for long-term growth and success. The craftsmanship aspect of this card tells me that you are about to start working on something that truly showcases your talents and abilities. Whether this is a new job opportunity, a creative project, a business venture, or even a relationship, you are going to be in a position where you can really shine and show people what you are capable of when you are properly supported and appreciated. Let me pull one more card to see what specific area of your life is being most affected by this shift in energy. I just pulled the Ace of Wands, and oh my God, Taurus. This is the most beautiful confirmation that you are about to experience a brand new beginning in an area of your life that has felt stagnant or blocked for way too long. The Ace of Wands represents pure creative and passionate energy, and it is telling me that whatever information comes to light is going to inspire you to take action in a way that feels completely different from anything you have done before. This ace represents the spark of inspiration that lights a fire under you and gets you moving towards something that truly excites you. But what makes this card so special in your reading is that it is showing up after all this information gathering and truth revealing, which means your new beginning is going to be based on wisdom and clarity, not just impulse or emotion. The Ace of Wands is ruled by fire energy, which is interesting for you as an earth sign, because it suggests you are about to experience a passion and enthusiasm that might feel unfamiliar, but in the best possible way. You are known for being steady and practical, but this new energy coming in is going to awaken a more adventurous and spontaneous side of yourself. I am seeing this ace specifically connected to either creative self-expression or romantic passion, or both. Like whatever truth gets revealed is going to free you up to pursue something that sets your soul on fire and that you have been holding back from because you were not sure if it was the right time or the right person or the right opportunity. The wand in this card represents potential and possibility, and I am getting the sense that you have been sitting on some dreams or desires for a while now, waiting for the right moment to pursue them. Well, Taurus, the right moment is coming, and it is coming fast, because once you have clarity about what you are moving away from, you are going to have total clarity about what you want to move toward. This ace also represents leadership, and I am seeing you stepping into a more confident and assertive version of yourself. The information that is revealed is going to help you realize that you have been playing small and accepting less than you deserve, and that realization is going to fuel a transformation where you start going after what you really want with determination and courage. Now let me see what the cards want to say about timing, because I know all my Taurus people want to know when this is all going down. I pulled the Two of Pentacles, and this card is giving me information about timing and also about balance, which is really important for understanding how this situation is going to unfold. The Two of Pentacles represents juggling multiple priorities and finding balance between different aspects of your life, and it is showing me that this revelation is going to happen during a time when you have several things going on simultaneously. This card tells me we are looking at timing within the next 4 to 8 weeks, and specifically, I am getting late September, early October vibes for when this information comes to light. The Two Pentacles represent a choice between two different paths or opportunities, and I am seeing that the truth that gets revealed is going to make your choice very clear, even though right now it might feel complicated or confusing. What I love about this card is that it shows someone who is skillfully managing multiple aspects of their life and staying balanced even when things are in motion. So even though you might feel like there is a lot happening at once, you are going to handle this revelation and the changes that follow with grace and wisdom. The infinity symbol that connects the Two Pentacles in this card tells me that whatever cycle you are completing with this truth revelation is actually part of a much larger pattern of growth and evolution that has been happening in your life. This is not just a random event, but rather a crucial step in your spiritual and personal development. I am also seeing that this Two of Pentacles represents the balance between your material world and your spiritual world, and the information that comes to light is going to help you align these two aspects of your life more effectively. You might discover that something you thought was purely practical or material actually has deeper spiritual significance, or that something you thought was just emotional or spiritual actually has very real practical implications. The juggling aspect of this card suggests that you might feel a little overwhelmed initially when this truth comes out because it might affect multiple areas of your life simultaneously. But your earth sign nature is going to help you prioritize and handle each piece of information systematically until everything falls into place. Let me see what the cards want to tell us about how to best prepare for and handle this incoming information. I just drew the Knight of Cups and Taurus. This is such a gorgeous card to show up because it represents someone coming toward you with an emotional offering or message, and this knight has a very gentle and romantic energy about him. This confirms that the spy we have been talking about, or the person who is going to share this information with you, is someone who genuinely cares about you and who is approaching you from a place of love, not from a place of wanting to create drama or hurt you. The Knight of Cups represents emotional maturity and the ability to deliver sensitive information with compassion and kindness. So whatever truth is about to be revealed is going to be shared in a way that feels supportive rather than harsh or judgmental. This person understands that what they have to tell you might be difficult to hear, so they are going to approach you with great care and consideration. This knight is also associated with romantic proposals and declarations of love, and I am getting the feeling that this information that comes to light might actually open the door for someone to express their true feelings for you. Like maybe this spy has been someone who has had feelings for you, but they felt like they could not approach you because there was someone else in the picture or because the timing was not right. The cup that this knight carries represents emotional healing, and I am seeing that whatever information gets shared is ultimately going to help heal your heart from confusion or uncertainty or mixed messages that you have been receiving. Even if the truth is initially uncomfortable to hear, it is going to bring you the emotional clarity and peace that you have been craving. What makes this knight so special in your reading is that he represents someone who is willing to take emotional risks for the right reasons. This person who has information for you has probably been debating whether or not to share it because they do not want to hurt you, but they also cannot stand by and watch you be confused or misled any longer. I am also seeing that this Knight of Cups represents your own emotional courage and your willingness to face the truth even when it might be painful. Your Taurus nature sometimes prefers to avoid conflict or uncomfortable conversations, but this knight is encouraging you to be open to receiving this information because it is going to ultimately serve your highest good. The horse that this knight rides represents movement and progress, and I am seeing that once you receive this information, you are not going to sit on it or ignore it, but you are going to take action that moves your life forward in a positive direction. This is not information that is meant to paralyze you with indecision, but rather to empower you to make choices that align with your true desires and values. Now I want to see what the universe is showing me about the specific nature of this information because I feel like there are layers to this story that we have not uncovered yet. The next card I pulled is the Seven of Wands in Taurus. This is telling me that there has been some kind of competition or conflict happening behind the scenes that you may not have been fully aware of. This card represents standing your ground and defending your position, but it also represents someone else trying to challenge your place or your relationships or your opportunities. The Seven of Wands is showing me that there has been someone who has been working against your interests or trying to undermine you in some way, and they thought they were being clever about it, but your spy has been watching their moves and documenting their behavior. This person who has been working against you probably thought they were being subtle, but little did they know that someone else was paying very close attention to everything they were doing. This card often shows up when there is workplace competition, or romantic triangles, or family drama where someone is trying to position themselves above you, or trying to take something that belongs to you. But what makes this card so empowering in your reading is that it shows you are going to successfully defend your position once you have all the facts. The figure in the Seven of Wands is standing on higher ground, which represents the advantage you are going to have once this information is revealed. Right now, you might feel like you are fighting a battle without knowing who your opponents are or what their strategy is, but soon, you are going to have the high ground, both literally and figuratively. I am also seeing that this Seven of Wands represents your own inner strength and determination, and the information that comes to light is going to activate a fierce protective energy within you. You are going to realize that you have been way too nice and accommodating to people who do not deserve that kind of treatment, and you are going to start setting boundaries that actually stick. The wands in this card represent your creative and passionate energy, and I am getting the feeling that part of what has been happening is that someone has been trying to diminish your confidence or make you doubt your abilities or your worth. But this revelation is going to remind you of your power, and it is going to inspire you to stop playing small and start showing up as the force of nature that you truly are. What I find really interesting about this card, following the Knight of Cups, is that it suggests the person who brings you this information is not just sharing it casually, but they are actually helping you prepare for a battle that you did not even know you were fighting. They are giving you the ammunition you need to protect yourself and your interests. Let me pull another card because I want to understand more about what you are going to do with this information once you have it. Oh my God, I just pulled the Nine of Cups and Taurus. This is what we call the wish fulfillment card, and it is telling me that this whole situation with the spy and the revealed truth is actually the universe clearing the path for you to get something you have been wanting for a really long time, but that seemed impossible or out of reach. The Nine of Cups represents emotional satisfaction and getting what you truly desire, and the fact that it is showing up here tells me that removing the obstacles and confusion from your life is going to create space for something beautiful to enter. This card is often called the wish card, because it represents dreams coming true. But what makes it so powerful is that these dreams come true because you have done the inner work and made the necessary changes to align with what you want. I am seeing that whatever truth gets revealed is going to help you understand why certain desires or goals have felt blocked or delayed. There has been interference or manipulation, or just general confusion that has been preventing you from moving toward what you really want. But once that interference is removed, you are going to find that the path forward becomes surprisingly clear and accessible. The figure in this card is sitting with their arms crossed, looking very satisfied and content. And I am getting the feeling that once you have processed this information and taken appropriate action, you are going to feel this incredible sense of relief and empowerment. Like finally, everything makes sense, and you can stop second-guessing yourself and just enjoy the good things that are coming your way. This Nine of Cups is also representing celebration, and I am seeing that there is going to be a moment where you and this spy person, and maybe a few other people who genuinely care about you, are going to celebrate the fact that the truth has finally come to light. It is going to feel like a weight has been lifted not just from your shoulders, but from the shoulders of everyone who has been watching you struggle with confusion or mixed messages. What makes this card even more beautiful is that it represents gratitude and appreciation for the good things in your life. And I am seeing that this experience is going to help you recognize the people who have been genuinely looking out for you, while also helping you identify the people who have not had your best interests at heart. The cups in this card are full and abundant, which tells me that once you move through this period of revelation and change, you are going to find yourself in a much more emotionally fulfilling place. Whether we are talking about love or friendship or family or work, you are going to be surrounded by people and situations that actually nourish your soul instead of draining your energy. Now I want to see what the cards are showing me about this spy person specifically, because I feel like there is more to understand about their motivations and their connection to you. I just pulled the King of Pentacles, and this is fascinating because this card represents someone who is very successful and established, and who has resources and influence, and who has been using their position to help protect your interests. This king is not just watching out for you because they like you personally, but because they recognize your value and your potential, and they want to see you succeed. The King of Pentacles represents mastery in the material world and practical wisdom, and I'm getting the sense that this person who has information for you is someone who understands how the world really works, and who can see through facades and manipulation that might fool other people. They have experience dealing with people who are not what they seem, and they recognize the signs when someone is being deceptive or manipulative. This king also represents generosity and mentorship, and I am seeing that this person is not just going to share information with you, but they are also going to offer guidance and support as you navigate the changes that come as a result of learning the truth. They might even offer practical assistance or resources to help you move forward in a positive direction. What I find really interesting about this King of Pentacles is that he represents stability and security, and I am getting the feeling that one of the things this person is going to help you understand is how to better protect yourself and your interests in the future. They are going to share wisdom about recognizing red flags and setting boundaries and making choices that serve your long-term well-being rather than just your short-term comfort. The pentacle that this king holds represents material manifestation, and I am seeing that the information he shares is going to help you understand how to manifest better opportunities and relationships in your life. He is going to help you see where you have been undervaluing yourself and how to step into your worth in a way that attracts abundance rather than scarcity. This king is also associated with loyalty and reliability, and I am getting the sense that this person is someone you can trust completely. They are not sharing this information to create drama or to manipulate you, but because they genuinely want to see you thrive. And they know that you cannot thrive while you are operating with incomplete or inaccurate information. The earth energy of this king resonates perfectly with your Taurus nature, and I think that is part of why you are going to feel so comfortable receiving guidance from this person. They speak your language when it comes to practical matters and long-term planning, and they understand that you need concrete information and realistic timelines, not just vague promises or emotional manipulation. Let me see what the cards want to show us about the specific impact this is going to have on your love life, because I keep getting the sense that romance is a major theme in this reading. I pulled the Six of Swords, and this card is absolutely perfect for your situation, because it represents transition and moving toward calmer waters and healing from past emotional wounds. This card shows a boat carrying people across water from a turbulent shore to a peaceful destination, and that is exactly what is happening for you right now, Taurus. The Six of Swords tells me that the information you receive is going to help you understand why your love life has felt so turbulent or confusing lately, and it is going to give you the clarity you need to move toward much more peaceful and harmonious romantic energy. The swords in the boat represent thoughts and communication, and I am seeing that clear, honest communication is going to be the vehicle that carries you from confusion to clarity. This card often represents leaving behind old patterns and beliefs that no longer serve you, and I am getting the feeling that part of what gets revealed is going to help you understand how you have been accepting treatment or situations in love that were beneath your standards. You are going to realize that you have been too understanding or too patient with behavior that you should not have tolerated. The water in this card represents emotions, and the fact that the water is calmer on the destination side tells me that once you have moved through this period of truth and transition, you are going to experience much more emotional peace and stability in your romantic life. No more wondering where you stand with people or trying to decode mixed messages or accepting inconsistent behavior. What I love about the Six of Swords is that it represents guided transition, which means you are not going through this alone. The person rowing the boat represents someone who is helping you navigate this change, and I believe this is the same person who has been your spy gathering information for you. They are not just going to drop this truth bomb on you and leave you to figure it out by yourself, but they are going to help you process it and move forward in a healthy way. The figures in the boat are looking toward the future, not back at what they are leaving behind. And this tells me that while the information you receive might initially make you want to look back and analyze what went wrong, the universe is encouraging you to focus on where you are going instead of where you have been. I am also seeing that this Six of Swords represents mental clarity and the ability to think clearly about emotional situations. Sometimes when we are in the middle of confusing romantic dynamics, we cannot see the forest for the trees. But this card tells me you are about to gain the perspective you need to understand the bigger picture of what has been happening in your love life. Now I want to see what the final outcome card is, because I feel like we need to understand how all of this resolves and what the long-term impact is going to be on your life. The final card I am drawing is the Four of Cups, and at first I was like, wait, this does not seem like a positive ending card, but then I realized what this card is really showing me, and it is actually perfect for your situation. The Four of Cups represents someone who is being offered something new, but they are hesitant to accept it because they are still processing past disappointments or because they have become comfortable in their current situation, even if it is not ideal. In your case, this card is showing me that after all this truth gets revealed and you move through the transition period, you are going to be presented with a new opportunity or relationship or situation that is actually much better than what you had before. But you might initially be cautious about accepting it because you have been hurt or disappointed recently. The figure in this card is sitting under a tree with their arms crossed, looking skeptical at a cup being offered by a mysterious hand from the clouds. This represents divine intervention and spiritual guidance, trying to offer you something beautiful. But you might need some time to trust that this new offering is genuine and different from what disappointed you in the past. What makes this card so appropriate for the end of your reading is that it represents choice and free will. The universe is going to clear away the obstacles and confusion and present you with better options, but ultimately, you get to decide what you accept and what you do not accept. You have learned important lessons from whatever situation you are leaving behind, and now you get to use that wisdom to make better choices going forward. The tree in this card represents growth and stability, and I am seeing that you are going to need some time to integrate everything you have learned before you are ready to fully embrace new opportunities. This is not a bad thing. Taurus, it just shows that you are being wise and careful about not rushing into anything new until you have fully processed the lessons from your recent experiences. I am also getting the sense that this Four of Cups represents a period where you might feel a little emotionally numb or detached after learning the truth and going through this transition. This is completely normal and healthy, and it does not mean anything is wrong with you. It just means you are taking time to heal and recalibrate your emotional system. The beautiful thing about this card is that it shows someone who has options. The three cups on the ground represent what you already have or what you have experienced, and the fourth cup being offered from the divine realm represents something new and better coming your way. You are not going to be left empty-handed or without choices. You are going to be in a position where you can be selective about what you accept into your life. This Four of Cups is also telling me that your standards are going to be higher after this experience, and that is a wonderful thing. You are not going to settle for mediocre treatment or half-hearted efforts or mixed signals anymore because you have learned what it feels like to have clarity and truth and genuine care, and you are not going back to accepting less than that. Let me just draw one final card to see if there is anything else the universe wants you to know about this situation before we wrap up. The last card that came through is the Page of Pentacles, and this is such a hopeful and positive note to end on because this page represents new learning and fresh starts and the beginning of building something solid and lasting. This card tells me that everything we have talked about today is actually preparing you for a new chapter where you are going to be learning new skills and exploring new opportunities and building toward goals that truly matter to you. The Page of Pentacles represents practical magic and the ability to turn ideas and dreams into reality through consistent effort and smart planning. After all this truth revelation and transition, you are going to be ready to start manifesting your desires in the physical world in ways that feel both exciting and sustainable. This page is also associated with education and mentorship, and I am seeing that the person who shares this important information with you might also become someone who helps guide you as you build this new chapter of your life. They have knowledge and experience that could be valuable to you as you pursue new goals, and they seem willing to share that wisdom generously. The earth energy of this page resonates beautifully with your Taurus nature, and it tells me that you are going to approach this new phase of your life with the patience and determination that are your greatest strengths. You are not going to rush into anything, but you are also not going to let fear or past disappointments prevent you from taking advantage of genuine opportunities. What I love most about ending with the Page of Pentacles is that it represents hope and optimism about the future. Yes, you are going through some intense truth revelations and transitions right now, but all of this is leading somewhere beautiful and abundant and fulfilling. You are not being torn down, you are being prepared to build something better. This page also represents being a student of life and staying open to learning and growing, and I think that attitude is going to serve you really well as you move forward. Instead of becoming cynical or closed off because of what you learn, you are going to use that information to become wiser and more discerning and more effective at creating the life you truly want. So let me just summarize what I am seeing for you, beautiful Taurus, because this reading has been intense, and I want to make sure you understand the bigger picture of what the universe is orchestrating for you right now. Someone who cares about you has been watching a situation very carefully, and they have information that is going to help you understand why certain areas of your life have felt confusing, or stagnant, or unsatisfying. This information is going to be shared with love and compassion, but it is also going to be factual and concrete enough that you can make clear decisions about how to move forward. The timing for this revelation looks like late September, early October, and it is going to happen during a period when you have several things happening in your life simultaneously. But you are going to handle all of this with grace and wisdom, because your patient and steady nature has been preparing you for exactly this kind of situation. Once you have this information, you are going to make some significant changes that involve walking away from situations or people who have not been serving your highest good. This might feel sad or difficult initially, but it is going to open up space for much better opportunities and relationships to enter your life. Your love life specifically is going to experience a major shift toward more clarity and emotional satisfaction, and you might discover that someone who you thought was just a friend actually has deeper feelings for you and has been waiting for the right moment to express them. After you move through this transition period, you are going to be presented with new opportunities that are much more aligned with your values and desires, but you might initially feel cautious about accepting them because you have learned to be more discerning about what you allow into your life. Ultimately, this entire experience is going to help you step into a more empowered and authentic version of yourself, where you trust your intuition completely and you do not settle for anything less than what you truly deserve. You are going to start building something new and beautiful and lasting, and you are going to do it with the wisdom and strength that comes from having faced the truth and chosen love and growth over comfort and familiarity. The higher power that is moving for you, Taurus, is your own divine feminine wisdom, working in partnership with people who genuinely love and support you. And together, you are creating a reality that honors your worth and your potential in ways that previous situations never could. I hope this reading has given you some comfort and clarity about what you are experiencing right now, and remember that everything that is falling away is making room for something better to come in. Trust the process, trust your intuition, and trust that you are being guided toward your highest good, even when the path feels uncertain. I am getting the Four of Swords in Taurus. This is not what I expected to see first, but this makes so much sense when I really think about it. You have been in this period of waiting, have you not? Like you have been sitting back and observing, and maybe people think you have been passive or that you are not paying attention to what is happening around you. But the truth is, you have been strategically resting. You have been gathering information quietly, and you have been watching people show you exactly who they are when they think you are not looking.